People of India, and by people I mean 675 people who will fit in the theatre. On 28th May at 6 p.m, our new show Unmasked at the Tata Theatre, Mumbai opens. It's a real come down for the House of Tatas to go from the mighty Tata IPL with millions watching to us. Arey, Mohit, you shouldn't have shown that. That's like shamelessly plugging our show. Thanks, Mohit. Thanks a lot for that. It's called The Week That Wasn't. All right, Sunil Gavaskar, Sunny to me because we are same age group now. Sunny says Umran Malik will be unplayable if given his cap for India. He'll be the next Shoaib Akhtar, but this time with a straight arm. Shoaib, I'm a big fan. I don't mind if the arm is slightly bent. It's still super fast. Has the IPL lost its sheen? Was this a less viewed IPL? I don't know. But if it was, then the opposition is saying you have to blame the government. Actually, that's sort of correct. Sort of correct. Karthik Aaryan was offered 20 crores by a fan to marry her. 20 crores, ladies and gentlemen. Can you imagine? I myself have been offered up to 14 crores, but I told the guy no. Besides, he said 50% black, 50% after marriage registered, and then 10% must go to PM's relief fund. So, maine kaha, forget it, yaar. Too complicated. You never see the money when they do all this. Vendors should be careful how they deal with people. Praganandan Ramesh Babu, remember this name? He's 16 years old. He beat Magnus Carlsen, the world #1 in chess, twice in 3 months. Last week, again in the opening rounds of a rapid chess tournament. He's now in the final of that same tournament. Now, Ramesh Babu said he'd have beaten the world #1 in just 3 moves, but he was busy studying for his 10th standard board at the same time, so distracted. IPL 2022 has thrown a few new names into the India squad, but there will be some confusion for foreign correspondents. You know, when both the captain and the coach are called Rahul. You know what's going, can we talk to... Actually, for me, there was only one thing wrong with the IPL. Just the one thing. They're playing in May! Garmi ek cheez hai bhai. You can't work in these conditions. They're not common laborers. You treat them with respect. Many died. Many players died. Nobody talks about that. Last week, our neighbors met. That is, Pakistan Foreign Minister Bilawal Bhutto met Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi. Met as in he took down instructions from Wang Yi. You know, Pakistan should worry. Last country China invested in heavily? Sri Lanka. And if you're feeling bad about living in India, they brought our petrol and diesel prices down by 3-4 rupees, and in Pakistan they went up by 30 rupees. So you can't even go to Pakistan next time somebody tells you, hey, you support Pakistan, go to Pakistan. Ho nahi payega. And they definitely can't come here. It just costs too much. Yes, Bilawal just filled some petrol in his car, you can see. Lots more coming up, but first the headlines. India at Davos 2022. Kapil Sibal Congress divorce. And the IPL finale, the final weekend. Before we go into our top story, I want to talk about a sad misunderstanding, a story you probably heard of. An IAS officer in Delhi, well, basically after 7 p.m, he would throw out all the sports persons so he could walk his dog in peace. Now, my question to you, of course, is, what's wrong? What's wrong with that? For God's sake, understand what he was doing for the goodness of the community. Because after 7 p.m. in Delhi, it's very dangerous for men and women especially to step out. So he was patrolling the area with a dog to save you. And this is how you treat him. You transferred him, separated him from his wife, which may be a good thing. It depends. You have to check with the man before you do these things. But he's got his dog, which is the main thing, all right? So leave us dog people alone. You also need places to walk them, for God's sake. You have enough stadiums for sports people. And what do you do with sports anyway? 2-3 people become famous. Rest kya karta hai? Time waste karta hai. They become rascals. They're running on the road doing nothing, selling something. I don't want to hear all these stories, all right? Well done. Let's support the right people. And now it's time for our top story. This year, Davos 2022 saw nearly 2,500 leaders from politics, business and media, plus some extras passing by, participate in the World Economic Forum, which concluded a few days ago. Our shows are always about what happened a few days ago. Don't blame me. You want breaking news? Other channels are available. The Indian contingent too was brimming with confidence. Come on, Indians, all right? And our ministers, our bureaucrats, our businessmen and press were all there. Although the event got over last week, our alleged undersecretary, to the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Mr. Hari Litton Dey, seems to be still in Switzerland many days after the event is over. A common practice for bureaucrats in India when they're not walking their dogs. Joining us from Davos is Mr. Hari Litton Dey. Mr. Hari Liton Day.
Udi Baba, there is no need to call me by my full name, Hari Liton Day. You can call me by my nickname, short for Hari Liton Day, Holiday.
Holiday? Who wrote that? You need a holiday. So you have stayed back in Davos.
Yes. Holiday because I am permanently in FPF holiday.
FBF?
Fully paid for. Day is on always in holiday in night and in day.
I mean, you're not even on any medication. Why would you even talk like that? Mr. Day, I thought you were part of the official contingent to Davos, or is it Davos, or is it Davos? On work and not on pleasure, by the way.
A Bihar Indian bureaucrat. To bark is pleasure, and we find pleasure in barking.
So basically, you're giving me the same gag you've done in 32 Bengali accents. The same bark versus barking gag, yeah?
Yes. Everybody in the world was here at Davos to bark at each other.
I'll humor you. Bark at each other.
No, not bhav bark. Bark as in men in bark. Bark at each another.
Oh, Men at Work, that famous band. So work with each other. Work. Okay, I get that. So this time, who was in Davos? Can you tell us?
There was a top businessman, top businesswoman, global leader, and all kind of barking people. Like full-time barkers, part-time barkers, and sex barkers.
Oh, 1 second. Did you say sex workers?
It is common knowledge. Prostitution is legal in Davos. During World Economic Forum, the economy of sex barkers always goes up.
I suppose they're making money and it's all about commerce. I understand. Let's talk about what happened then in Davos.
What happened? You see, US, United States and Europe were very, very upset with each other.
Why?
Because United States and Europe was wanting the bar to close and Russia and China wanted the bar to open.
So they were fighting over the bar being open or closed?
They were fighting vociferously. Keep bar closed, keep bar open, keep bar closed.
1 second. World leaders fighting over alcohol.
Uri Baba, not that kind of bar.
What kind of bar?
Ukraine bar. United States and Europe is saying keep bar closed. Russia is saying keep bar open.
Okay, Steve war, Mark war, Ukraine war. Okay, go on. What else?
What else? Davos was very icy and cold.
But that is expected. I mean, come on, it snows bitterly every year, the World Economic Forum. This is always common knowledge.
No snow this time. Relation between China and Russia were icy cold.
That's also to be expected. Hey, what about India? What role did India play?
India, very good India. Very good India. They're all saying India will probably be largest growing economy this year.
Really? But come on, the people of India still seem to have lots of hardships, including me. Inflation, unemployment, low per capita income, lack of access to basic amenities, terrible shows on Netflix.
Look at it from government point of view. What does India will be largest growing economy mean?
What does it mean?
Mean that people may remain poor, but government will become rich.
Okay. What else did the Indian contingent do?
Uri Baba, here in Davos, ski is the limit.
No, you mean sky. Sky is the limit?
Nirbodha, you're not understanding. I'm saying ski is the limit. We are going to go and try to do ski. Ski.
I understand the humor here, but what does it mean, ski is the limit? That doesn't make sense grammatically. But what about the Economic Forum?
You see, Bhar leaders have these meetings every year to try to bark out why no bark ever gets done here.
Oh, so it's actually a party.
Yes, like that. People discuss and nothing ever happens.
Like our show when we're writing. Really? So then what's all the fuss about?
The past, you see, is well-employed, well-paid and well-paid people gather and pretend that they care about the jobless, the poor and those without hope.
Arey, sounds so much like home. And?
You see, head of JP Morgan explained World Economic Forum brilliantly.
What did he say?
He said, World Economic Forum is where billionaires tell millionaires what the middle class feels. And then they all go for cocktails.
Which they don't pay for.
Free. Like me also. Hey, get one more, champagne.
Says the man who's brought 15 bottles back on the plane. और तेरे पास कुत्ता है क्या?
I have two, but I don't have stadium.
Senior Congress leader Kapil Sibal announced this week that he has quit the Congress, his party of 30 years. But last 10 years he was on the periphery of quitting. So one leg was out in any case. Now both legs have gone out and he's taken an Uber to some other party. This is the fifth high-profile exit from the Congress this year. 5 big names. Joining us now to discuss Kapil Sibal's departure from the Congress is alleged spokesperson for Kapil Sibal, Kapil Quibble. It's not possible that two people will have such similar names, but it happens in the Congress for some reason. Kapil Quibble.
Thank you for calling me to your show. Thank you.
It's amazing how sometimes the guy who's talking about another guy looks a bit like that guy, but is not that guy, and we sell that to you. Tell us about Kapil Sibal and his resignation, sir.
Well, you see, he used to be Kapil Sibal. Then he kept biting at the Congress party. So they had also started calling him Kapil Nibble. He then attacked the Congress with repeated small kicks and hits. So they started calling him Kapil Dribble. And then he organized this long letter on behalf of the G23 and became Kapil Scribble.
Ah, that famous letter, the revolution. Scribble, huh?
Yes, scribble.
So why did he quit the Congress?
Because every time he went to discuss the future of the Congress with Sonia and Rahul, they just laughed at him.
I don't believe that. They laughed at him. Why?
They thought it was comedy nights with Kapil.
I've met Kapil Sibal. He is funny. He's definitely funny. Funnier than, oh, I wouldn't say that. So basically, Kapil Sibal was disenchanted by the Congress leadership.
Yes, absolutely right.
So would you say there was just no will?
You are absolutely right. There was just no will. Kapil even told Sonia, if you do not have the will, I am a lawyer. I can make a new will.
No, I don't mean that kind of will, for God's sake. Come on.
I know what you mean. The thing is, Kapil was very illusioned with Rahul Gandhi.
You mean disillusioned?
No, illusioned. Rahul Gandhi was an illusion. You never knew whether he was there or whether he was not there or
What are you saying?
We've been saying he must learn how to make the party's problems disappear. Instead, it is he who disappears.
Not really, but go on.
Instead of the people getting rid of the party's problems, the party's problems are getting rid of the people.
Ah, that's better. That's nicely put. And what about the G23? His resignation will make a big difference to them? They'll follow?
I'm sure it will make a big difference. Instead of ignoring 23 people, the Gandhis will now ignore 22 people.
So you're giving us a maths lesson. Okay. So Kapil Sibal will now be an independent with no party.
Yes, but he will be supported by the Samajwadi Party.
But how come they supported Mr. Sibal? What's the connection there?
Because even the Samajwadi Party knows that sooner or later they are going to need a very good lawyer.
Yeah. Everybody will need a good lawyer. Will he be charging Akhilesh?
He will take payment in cycles.
Oh, very poignant, because that means two things, right? Because you can pay later, a little bit at a time. That's also there. I understand that. That's also part of the old order in politics. Fair enough. Speaking of old order in politics, we'll take a break while I apply for membership to the Congress. There's a vacancy. Phone karo. Welcome back to the week that wasn't. We were discussing before the break that piece of news where the IAS officer was transferred from Delhi for walking his dog after 7 p.m. Not that was not the issue. It was walking the dog and throwing out the sports people. There are some anti-dog people in the country. These things do happen. But then he was transferred to Ladakh, and his wife was also transferred. She's done nothing wrong, to Arunachal, which means they think that Delhi is a better position to be in or a place to be in than Ladakh or Arunachal. I mean, that's regionalism. That's also wrong, isn't it? I mean, you can't do that. That's not correct. That's completely incorrect. Everybody knows Delhi is worse. Okay, last Sunday was horrific for a lot of us. A real sad day for most Indians. I can't even talk about it. You guys know exactly what we're talking about. We shouldn't discuss this on a comedy show. But come on, we're all Liverpool supporters, and it was just so painful. I'll give you a minute. Man City lifted the EPL, which some idiots call EPC, but the EPL. 1 point. The fact is Liverpool won more games in a sense. Like these guys lost 3 and Liverpool lost 2. So I don't know. The match doesn't add up also. I think an Indian was involved. Someone. That's what I feel. Side effects from COVID booster shots are more common than from the initial 2 shots. This is true. I have this knowledge with me. I spoke to my homeopath. Seems to have affected our director, Kunal Vijayekar. Now, guys, take a look at this picture, all right? This is him, normal, all right? And now take a look at his picture after his 5th vaccine shot he takes because he's worried. I mean, you can see the effect, guys. And of course, he looks better after the vaccine, no doubt about that. But it's not the original him. And my point is that you change completely, and people aren't happy with that. Because although he's now accepted in society with this fine look that he has, it's not the same Kunal we were used to. So be careful about taking extra shots. Oh, speaking of the look, apparently this is the look Kunal has at Tata, 6 p.m., 28th May, when the show called Unmasked, starring Cyrus Broacha and Kunal Vijayekar is on. Tata. Just not to plug it, just to sort of remind people who are not listening. Okay, rain has started this weekend in many parts of India. Now, why this weekend? Well, just like cinema, events and functions across the country, the rains were waiting for the IPL to finish. Well, it comes in the way otherwise. Some good news from the world of sports. Ramesh Babu Pragananda, who of course was not in Delhi practicing in the stadium, he beat Magnus Carlsen in a huge, it's a huge tournament. He's in the final of it, a rapid chess tournament, speed chess. But we have a guy called Sachinam. Sachinam says he beat Ramesh Babu, and this Sachinam is not even a professional chess player. He just plays for fun. I mean, that's just an amazing story. Is it true? Let's find out. Here he is. He doesn't look like a champion from any angle, but hi Sachinam, and congratulations on beating Ramesh Babu, who beat Magnus, the world's #1 player.
Yes, I beat him easily.
Really? I mean, I'm really having trouble believing it. I'm not calling you a liar, but how many moves did you take to beat him?
Can't remember, but I beat him in 2 minutes.
You beat Ramesh Babu in just 2 minutes? What, can't be more than 1 or 2 moves. That's just 2 minutes? I mean, you beat him and you're not even professional?
Yes, my boss say I am not a professional.
Amazing, amazing. So Ramesh Babu beat Magnus. You beat Ramesh Babu. So by transitive property of life, you are the best chess player in the world. Unbelievable.
Chess? What chess? Chess? I beat him carom.
Oh my God. Oh, show me your middle finger, because that's the main weapon in carom. Let me see.
Yes, carom. Carom.
Yes, correct. You are a champion at carom. Sorry, misunderstanding. We don't do our research properly. Mohit, where are you? Unbelievable. Okay, it's time now to say goodbye to the IPL, which we enjoyed for so long. Every day, who's playing, who's winning, what a competition, all that's over. This is it. Last weekend, it's done and dusted after that. But let's go to the man who's been missing the entire season, SK Mani. Where's he been? What's going on? What are his thoughts on this 2022 IPL edition? Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, India's greatest sports journalist after Ayaz Memon and Harsha Bhogle, or equal to them at least, Mr. SK Mani. Mr. SK Mani, where have you been?
Over there.
Over there?
Over there in other room.
What on earth are you talking about?
I was in that room, now I am in this room.
From that room to this room?
We have 2 rooms.
What?
Also attached bathroom, kitchen, patio and a small veranda.
My God, man. SK Mani, I haven't spoken to you throughout the IPL. Looks like you've lost your mind, gone completely nuts.
I did lose my mind.
So what the hell are you saying?
I must have, because I bet on Chennai Super Kings.
You bet on Chennai Super Kings?
But my cousin Karthik was worse.
Okay, what did he do?
He bet on Kochi Tuskers.
Kochi Tuskers are not even an IPL team anymore.
Yes, after his second bout with COVID, he has done strange things.
Is that so? Like what?
He moved his mother-in-law into his house to live with his family.
Oh my God, that's not good.
Then he invested all his savings into crypto.
Wow, that's worse. Anything else?
Then he started supporting Russia
Oh my God.
and firmly believes that Hindi should be our national language.
My God, pagal ho gaya. And I'm saying it in Hindi just to make my point there. Okay, listen, I need to bring some sanity to the proceedings. Let's discuss the IPL just for a second. Highlights for SK Mani for the 2022 edition.
DK returned to the national side. Venkatesh and Shreyas Iyer had some real bad luck, and T. Natarajan had sometimes good, sometimes bad tournament.
But you are only discussing the Tamil players for some reason.
Yes, to teach my cousin Karthik Iyer a lesson. Plus, in India, it is clear you have to support your own or you are not an Indian.
Vaguely, that does make sense. So, who do I support then? Because there are no Parsi players in IPL.
You support the foreigners.
That's a great idea, and I do. But back to the tournament. Critics say it was, how do I put it, a cold tournament.
Pure sarcasm, since it was played on dust bowls in April and May.
Yeah, it was too hot, too hot.
You are repeating what I am saying.
I am repeating what you're saying.
Again, you did that.
Okay, I'll move on, pardon me. Umran Malik, Mohsin Khan, Arshdeep Singh stood out as young bowling talent, something to look forward to?
Maybe, but that was the second half of IPL. By then, I was occupied with bigger things.
I beg your pardon, what bigger things?
Monkey pox.
You got monkeypox?
Not out of choice.
Huh?
My Hindi loving cousin Karthik gave it to me.
SK Mani.
He doesn't even know the Hindi phrase for monkey pox.
Bandar.
That's enough. At least you can introduce yourself in Hindi.
Ladies and gentlemen, very aggressive SK Mani. I've never seen him like this. Obviously, Chennai not doing well has really affected him, and I can understand that, but he's got to get it off his plate now and move on in life. We'll get him in a better mood by the time the World T20 Championships for the 8th time in the same year is played in Australia in October, November.
Okay, bye.
In the meantime, as the cricket season or the IPL season, cricket season never ends, comes to a close, as the finale happens as we speak, it's time for us to look at our spectators, our audience, the cricket mad crazies who love and follow this game. This is them expressing themselves, and it should never, ever be shown on television. Bolo bhai, what's wrong?
Nothing.
बीवी का ट्रबल है फिर बच्चों का प्रॉब्लम निधि राजीव का कुछ टेंशन है
अरे नहीं यार
काम वो आपको नया प्रोजेक्ट जो आप कर रहे हैं उसके बारे में कुछ है लफड़ा गोपाल भाई व्हाई यू सो अपसेट यार कारण तो क्या है व्हाट इज द रीजन बोल भाई यार बोल मैं हूँ यार यू कैन टेल मी एनीथिंग अगर सेक्सुअल बात है तो यू जस्ट टेल मी ओपनली मैं किसी को बताएगा नहीं
अरे नहीं यार
व्हाट इज इट क्या है
अरे आईपीएल से सारे रशियन प्लेयर्स बैन कर दिए हैं यार
रशियंस डोंट प्ले क्रिकेट
हैं रशियन प्लेयर नहीं है आईपीएल में
नहीं है दे डोंट प्ले क्रिकेट
अरे यार पहले क्यों नहीं बताया फिर मैं तो मेरा मूड खराब हो गया पहले क्यों नहीं बताया क्या यार चलो अरे बोले यार वो जीरू सोडा ला यार जीरू सोडा पियेंगे विद विस्की
People are writing in because the show is live and saying we want more of these spectators and their mad, crazy love for the game. So here it is, since you want more. अरे गोपाल भाई, you love the IPL.
Oh,
मैच पे मैच.
This is my festival.
मैंने सुना कि तू काम भी नहीं रहता उस दिन पे.
Yeah. IPL is my 1 month of festival.
एक तो 2 मंथ की बात है, but फिर भी जाने दो. 1 month का फेस्टिवल for 2 months is also correct.
Yeah.
तो आपकी फेवरेट जो बेहतरीन बल्लेबाज जो है, नंबर 1 बैट्समैन जो कहते हैं, वो कौन है इस सीजन?
Obviously, Kapil Dev.
कपिल देव.
Yes. Kapil Dev, yeah.
अच्छा ठीक है.
He's
और
my
फिर
favorite,
ओके
all-time
ओके.
favorite. Yeah.
आपका फेवरेट बॉलर कौन है फिर? जो बेस्ट स्ट्राइक रेट और दिखते नंबर 1 जो ले लिया इसमें.
सुनील गावस्कर बॉलिंग नहीं करते ना?
क्या एक बार एक विकेट जहीर अब्बास का विकेट ले लिया उसने टेस्ट मैच में.
Then Kapil Dev.
वापस कपिल देव.
Actually, batsmen, I think, हाँ, both Kapil Dev, yeah.
ठीक है. अच्छा अभी समझ में आ गया. You are not watching IPL. You are watching rerun of 83 every day.
Yes. What is IPL?
I've written a song to end the show. The mood is now sad with the IPL ending, so these original lyrics that I've come up with. Hindi is our national language, and I agree with SK Mani's cousin. We should fight for the rights of people to speak in Hindi. So here it is. Give me G, please. जिंदगी के सफर में गुजर जाते हैं जो मकाम IPL नहीं आते IPL नहीं आते IPL नहीं आते अभी खींचो नोट खींचो IPL नहीं आते अभी मैं डॉगी का वॉक करने का ना तो हेलो NACI को क्लियर कर आएगा कम ऑन गेट देम आउट आई डोंट केयर फॉर रेसलर्स Why can't they talk money first or second creative? Why?
I'm trying to do it as casual as possible. Very big.
मैं एक जैकेट करूँगा शावर
AC is not on over here.
Hello.
What are we going to do?
थोड़ा zoom in कर एक पैसा.
I think everything is very bright.
जहाँ पे अमीर लोग जाते हैं ना खाने के लिए अटक गया तू मेरे दिल को